Rumi says, the closer I get, the more I see how far I am. After all, what is it that the living being wants? He wants a fulfilling life. And what is life? A movement in time. The destination is at the center of your being, and therefore the destination itself is what kind of liberation at the end are you hoping for? Liberation is not something mystical or esoteric. Liberation means the destination won't come at the end. In spiritual attainment, the journey itself is the result. That's the best you can ask for. Is that the best that can happen? Rumi says, the closer I get, the more I see how far I am. I feel the same after being on this path since many years. Truth is dear to me. However, I haven't been able to completely surrender my ego. From the state I am in, I am scared and worried that I am reaching nowhere. It seems too far with each step. I have this question and worry, what if I die without knowing the truth? I don't want to be left out. What is the hope of liberation for me if not in this lifetime? Am I unnecessarily worrying? Kindly help me to understand this fear. Indira, if truth is dear to you, then keep proceeding towards it. Truth is not an object where the attainment happens after the journey, suddenly at a particular point in time. That's how attainments happen in the material world. There is the journey in time, and then there comes a point in time when the journey is over and the fruit is in your hand. It's an abrupt moment, right? There is a clear discontinuity. There is a journey, and then there is a result. Correct? That kind of a model does not apply to spiritual attainment. In spiritual attainment, the journey itself is the result. After all, what is it that the living being wants? The living being wants a fulfilling life, right? And life is time. So the living being actually wants a good journey. What is that the living being wants? He wants a fulfilling life. And what is life? A movement in time. So basically, the living being wants a good journey in time, great journey in time. In spiritual domain, the best journey is the one that is towards the best destination. The best journey is the one that is kept, that is done keeping the best destination in mind. It becomes the center of your effort, the best destination. And with that destination at the center of your being, you keep walking. And Indira, that is the best that one can hope and ask for. To keep walking with the best as your center and your target, both. You cannot move towards that best as your target with mostly having the best at your center. If you are having then the right journey, it means that the destination is already in your being. So the right journey is right arrival. The right journey means that you are at the destination even in the middle of your journey. It's a bit strange. Be with it. The right journey means you are at the destination even in the middle of the journey. The destination won't come at the end. The destination is at the center of your being, and therefore the destination itself is guiding the journey. In the gross sense, the journey is happening because, one is a gross creature, physically formed. One is journeying through time. So in the gross sense, there is in fact a journey happening. Things are changing. Things are changing in a bodily sense, in a worldly sense. In the subtlest sense, there is no journey. One is already there. At the center. Only at the center one is already there, not at the periphery. Where does the ego sit? The ego sits at the periphery. So the ego is still there, yet one is at the center. At the periphery, the journey is happening. For whom is the journey? For the ego is the journey. Oh, it is happening, it is happening, it is happening. At the center, one has already arrived, there is no movement. And that is the best you can ask for. Your question suggests you are looking for some divine movement. That divine movement is not going to come. You are saying, I have not been able to completely surrender my ego yet. Oh, this is some kind of idea you have, a complete, total surrender of ego. As long as the body is there, Indira, the ego will be there. You cannot hope for a total surrender of the ego. If there is a total surrender of the ego, there would be nobody left to ask this question. If there is a total surrender of the ego, the one who would exist would not be Indira at all. So do not ask for that. Does that happen? I want to remain silent on that. Am I saying it does not happen? For Indira, it does not happen. Does that happen? Maybe. What is your responsibility as Indira? Your responsibility is to keep moving. Keep moving. Every step is changing you. A point will come when you will be so very changed that you will not even ask this question. Indira is gone. Her questions regarding missing out on enlightenment are gone. Now is she missing out? Hmm? Who will miss out when you are no longer there? And as long as you are there to express your anxieties about missing out, you better keep journeying. That's the best you can ask for. Is that the best that can happen? I don't know. But that's the best Indira can ask for. It is not befitting if Indira asks for enlightenment. Indira can at most ask for a truthful journey. I have this question and worry. What if I die without knowing the truth? As long as you are there to physically die, you will anyway not know the truth. If you are so very one with the body that you are calling the death of the body as your own and fearing that the body will pass away without knowing the truth, then you are not fearing, you are prophesizing. Because the body anyway cannot know the truth. You are saying, what if I die without knowing the truth? So you are saying that the one who dies and the one who knows the truth are the same. You are saying, what if I die without knowing the truth? Look at what is implied in your question. You are saying the one who dies and the one who comes to know of truth are the same entity. So who is the one that dies? The body. You are implying in your question that the body will come to know the truth. You better die, Indira. Hmm? What kind of question are you asking after so many camps and everything? Which part of your body, which special gland or tissue will come to know the truth? Tell me, please. I never knew we had some enlightenment chamber somewhere in our body. For all I know, the body is designed to eat, sleep, excrete, procreate, and pass away. I never knew that the body can get enlightened as well. Hmm? What is the hope of liberation for me, if not in this lifetime? What is liberation? Liberation is not something mystical or esoteric. Liberation is a very practical, down to earth thing. Liberation means getting liberated of nonsense. One is living a life one must not be living. Getting liberated of that kind of life is liberation. Morning till evening, one is spending in a shop one does not want to be at. Getting liberated from that shop is liberation. One's mind is full of nonsensical thoughts. Getting rid of those thoughts is liberation. Liberation does not mean something fancy, something queer, something transcendental. Liberation relates to your day to day living. We have had a beautiful word, Jivan Mukt, free of the tyrannies and vagaries of life. Jivan Mukt. After all, that is our bondage, right? Life. All the traps and snares that life holds us and cages us with. That's what is bondage, right? What else is bondage? If that is bondage, Indira, what is liberation? What kind of liberation at the end are you hoping for? There is no liberation at the end. Liberation is the process of living itself. You are tied to someone you must not be with. It could be a roommate, it could be a friend, it could be a guardian, it could be a sibling, it could be a lover, it could be a husband. What is liberation then? Having the sense and the courage to walk away. That is liberation. One is a compulsive slave to her own tendencies, emotions. What is liberation then? Not being the one who compulsively succumbs to her own fallibilities and emotions. That is liberation. Liberation is not some glorious moment when the gods will come and shower flowers on you, and that too exotic imported flowers. That's the kind of image we have in our mind, because just too many godmen have created and repeatedly reinforced that image. Oh, a special moment comes when the bells start tolling and there are mystical jingles and the sky turns a glorious saffron, perhaps, or white or red or green. And when the animals start coming and prostrating in front of you, and you grow some special enlightenment horn, maybe, and a divine aura, and in that precise moment is the eternal certificate of enlightenment handed over to you. Now you belong to the exclusive club. Till now, the club has had 736 members, and you are the 737th entrant. Hmm? That is the glorious image most of us have. And we keep running after it, especially the ones who are spiritually inclined. Can I gain entry into that prestigious elite club? And once you are in, then you see, Buddha and Mahavir are sipping coffee together. Wow, nice. And saints and rishis are busy doing what they like to. It's an elite club. And you're feeling great. You just want to take selfies and send them across to the lesser mortals down on the earth. And you want to flaunt the certificate. I too belong to the exclusive coterie. Hmm? It is small things in there. If you are fat, get rid of your fat. That is liberation. And that isn't a small thing. Is it a small thing? Try getting rid of your belly fat. Then you will see what kind of sadhana it requires. Hmm? If you know that you are absurdly emotional, try distancing yourself from the silly tendency to allow emotions to rule you, and then you will see what kind of sadhana it requires. That is liberation. Liberation from oneself. And it's continuous, continuous, continuous. That's the best that Indira can hope for. Hmm? So is liberation close? Yes, it is very, very close. The next liberation is very close. Is liberation very distant? Yes, it is very, very distant, because after the next liberation, there is one more, and then there is one more, there is one more, there is one more, and it's an endless series of liberations. Is there something called a final liberation? Not for Indira. Probably there is something called a final liberation, not for you. For Indra, there is only a succession of endless liberations because our bondages are endless, We are layer upon layer, layer upon layer, and each layer has multiple bondages, multiple layers, endless layers, each having endless bondages. We better cut through ourselves, that is sufficient. Why ask for something ultimate? We do not even know the ultimate. What are we asking for? Instead of asking for a glorious idea, we better be more sensible and honest towards our realities. No? Instead of asking for something that we can only conceptualize, have a story about, why not we look directly at our current and real bondages? Why not work upon ourselves as we are? And that is liberation. Liberation is not about targeting some grand, mythical, transcendental liberation in the end. Liberation is about getting liberated of your bondages as they are right now. In the end, right now, not after 30 years of sadhana. Today and tomorrow and day after, and the day after that. Challenge yourself continuously. See what is setting you back. Either bypass it, ignore it, or fight it, challenge it, bring it down. But don't remain beholden to it. You have to go beyond your day-to-day issues, your day-to-day traps, your day-to-day bickerings, and that's liberation. Just download the Acharya Prashant app, and there you go to the community section, and you have live testimonials streaming in at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. I'm seeing lives change in thousands, if not millions, every day in front of my own eyes. We are doing it.
Right.
We have actually done it.
Join the community of more than 2 lakh participants on the Acharya Prashant app. Your first month is completely free. You'll get full access to Gita Mission. On the app, you will get regular live sessions, daily exclusive conversations with Acharya Prashant, access to the vibrant Gita community, wisdom exams, curated news, audiobooks, quotes, and much more. Search Acharya Prashant on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download now.